Capricorn, this is your weekly tarot card reading and weekly astrology predictions for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. Thank you guys for clicking on my video. If this is the first time here, my name is Michelle, and this is my tarot table. Welcome. This is your reading, so I'm going to describe the energies to you, and however it resonates in your life, that's the right way. If it's not resonating for you, then please do try your moon sign video, your rising sign video. I make 12 videos every single week. So there is definitely a message here for you. Capricorn, there's always an extended reading, and I do hope that you will join me for that. The link is below in the description box, right at the top. I'll also pin it to the top of the comments section. And at the end of this video, you can just boop on the link and it'll take you right there. The astrology that I'm going to review with you, it goes from the 14th to the 21st, but still, this message comes to you when you need to hear it, when it's supposed to be for you. So I don't care if it's a year from now. It's the right time. It's when you're ready to receive the energy and when the energy reaches you. Now we're going to go into the astrology because honestly, oh my God, I love the universe. I'm looking at this card right in front of me. Okay, let me show it to you real quick. That's the card, Trust in Divine Detours. Why do I love this card so much? Because of the astrology that goes along with it. The first couple of days, Saturn is aspected to the sun, and it's a beautiful aspect. It's a sextile, which means a lot of confidence for you and a lot of credit. A lot of people being focused on and seeing. It's almost like your time to shine, or really, really understanding and knowing your purpose and being able to put it in order and prepare for it. So there's a lot of joy in the beginning of this week. Now, I'm not saying that that stops, but I find it absolutely fascinating that for the rest of this week, predominantly for the rest of this week, Saturn is completely unaspected, at least to the major planets, including Chiron. I don't see any major aspect. Now there is, I think it's on the, I think it's toward the end of the week. When the moon is in Libra, there will be a trine to Saturn, and when the moon is in Scorpio, there will be a square to Saturn that doesn't last long, passes pretty quickly, and I don't see it being extremely eventful. I think what's really happening this week is your house is filling up. So you have Venus, Mercury, Pluto's been there for a while, all in Saturn. The ascendant, so basically where the horizon line begins, when the sun starts coming up, this is the ascendant. So people born here would be ascendant Capricorn. That is in Capricorn. So it's a full house and it's getting stocked. So there's so much energy, so many conjunctions. There's a conjunction of so much energy in your first house, your natural first house, or wherever Capricorn sits in your chart. Clearly your sun is there, right? It's kind of overwhelming. I would not be surprised if you didn't feel overwhelmed, and at some points during the week, because Saturn, which is still in Aquarius, is unaspected, just like you're not getting much help from many people, or that you're completely untethered and you're not certain of a lot of things. In other words, this week can feel very destabilizing for you. It doesn't mean that it's bad, it's just overwhelming. I think karmically an unaspected Saturn is really interesting because we don't know where it's going to land, and it's one of the few times when Saturn is unpredictable. And the unpredictability of stability, or what we've considered stability, it's really not offering us the same comfort. I think that this is change for you. I think that this is how the universe is kind of knocking you off of your balance to see how you behave when we're uncomfortable. Uncomfortable is uncomfortable. It's like, and that's where you have to kind of go inward and have faith and just realize that if I don't have stability on the outside, then I'll find the stability on the inside. And faith is always there for you. And you can also just feel all this energy building up. I just think there's so much happening at once. And it's not, like I said, bad. I think it's very stabilizing energy. Venus in Capricorn is a stable energy. She's solid-minded. She's a little boring for her own liking. She doesn't feel great that she can't spend the way she wants to or behave spontaneously the way she likes to, but she is committed to long-term tasks. And Mercury is very pragmatic. The thought processes are clear and well organized. There's a lot of planning for the future. Mercury is amping up to go into retrograde on December 29th, but I don't think that's going to have this huge impact. There is just, it seems like everything is happening all at once. And the truth is this, you might get a lot of curveballs at you. And that's why the only card, I don't know. This is why I tell everybody, please watch the beginning of the readings. Like, don't skip over the astrology, because at least through me, which is where all these messages are being channeled, they all work together. And when this card is the only card out of like how many 50 something cards that comes out, and it says trust in divine detours, and I know that Saturn is unaspected for this week. This is curveballs, guys. This is, but trust, it's saying trust in it. It's saying the weirdest shit is going to happen to you this week. Trust it. God wants you to be there. Maybe he wants you there for a reason, to stabilize the energy or to just experience the stuff that's coming towards you. And we're going to get into the specifics of what that stuff may be. But I think the go with the flow method, it's not necessarily what you are, but it's what you're going to have to do right now. It's almost the whole time. I don't know if any of you have ever been surfing, but it's going to feel like surfing. You're going to be reminded that you're really not in control, and that stability is an illusion this week. Like I said, not necessarily bad stuff happening. Just if you look at your first house, Capricorn, everything happening all at once. So what do we have here? Tend to the small things. So it's the minute details that might get under your skin. This is a card that makes me think of health and healing and the fact that things could have been building up for a long time. There's also a sense of maybe there's just so much clutter around right now, and that shit's going to accumulate really quickly. So it's the small things that are probably A, going to get on your nerves, and B, lead to bigger things. So attention to detail is important, and I think it's not only important for avoiding problems, I think it's important to help you focus. It's like if you're surfing or if you've ever done yoga class, when you look in a specific area and it helps you stabilize yourself. That's kind of what it's saying. And that stability is going to come from looking at the details right now. You want to look at the particulars and you want to like pick a spot on the horizon, and I'm going to focus on that so I don't get dizzy. Tend to the small things and trust in divine detours. We've got to get more. For me, it feels like I'm being led by like tiny breadcrumbs. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is the most ambiguous freaking reading I've ever had. And then we have take a leap of faith. Bam. But that's coming out a little bit in the past. So it says take a leap of faith. You jumped into something that you weren't certain of. And I got to tell you, I'm proud of you. And the universe is proud of you. This was a very lucky time and a fortuitous decision. So take a leap of faith, tend to the small things, and trust in divine detours. Everything is going to be good. It really is. But let's see how they end up working out. Okay, just picking, feel like I'm pulling teeth here. Let's get into the moon card, shall we? All right, Capricorn. Capricorn, please guide us, please lead us. Capricorn, the answers you need are coming, and bring love into the situation. There's a circumstance or situation maybe with family or friends or with siblings. The answers you need are coming full moon in Gemini, the twins. So having to talk to somebody or having had emotions so much built up, I think that you and somebody important in your life are going to have a lot to discuss. I say in particular siblings, because the only other aspects this week are with the moon, and that always has to do with between Saturn and the moon, family shit. So it's like talking about different things that are you don't have much control over. I can tell you that right now, but at least you'll have somebody to talk to them about, talk about them with. So it's saying communication is key to stabilize you, to make you feel tethered to something or somebody else riding this wave along with you. Realize that you are not in this alone. You are not in this alone, Capricorn. There is definitely companionship here. And being able to talk about what all the hecticness, all the craziness, it's going to be those two tethers that you absolutely need throughout the week. And then we have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. Now, sometimes this is the answers you need are coming, Gemini, talk, communications are key. Something about talking. There's some message that's coming through, not through eye contact and not even through the internet. It could be writing. Bring love into the situation is Aquarius, and Saturn is currently in Aquarius. So this is about, I feel like what you're doing is organizing a big community event. Is that what you're doing? Please do it, comment below. I would love to know how this energy is impacting you, but that's what it seems like. You're attending to details. There's all these curveballs. You threw yourself in and volunteered for something. I'm sure that you did. And you may have gotten in a little bit over your head, but you're definitely working or attending or organizing a larger community event where you're going to be talking to a lot of different people that will surprise you. So let's get a little bit deeper into that. How is Capricorn going to be surprised this week? What the heck is that? Oh, love. I don't know. I was just looking under my cards and I saw a little bit of rose quartz. So I want to know what's the biggest surprise that Capricorn is going to be? Money. It's going to be around money, but it's the loss of money or worrying about money or how much something is costing. That's going to be the surprise. Maybe some debts have to be paid or they're due, or a surprise bill comes in. That's going to take you by surprise. I don't think it's going to take you down, but it's definitely a surprise about money. And then we have details. Let's get into them. Details. Okay, so what is this event? That's what I kind of want to know. What's going on? You love somebody. This could be about a wedding or a marriage or, like I said, a celebration, getting everybody together. I think this is a sense of watch what you're spending, because the truth is it's going to take you off guard and by surprise that the spending was way more than you planned on. That could be what the discussions have to be about. But the King of Cups, no. Guys, something is strengthening your relationship or strengthening your resolve to be with somebody. It is actually bringing you closer or making somebody love you more. We have a King of Cups here. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, masculine, I'm going to say. This is somebody with a great deal of certainty about their character. You know, this has something to do with, I got to tell you, I'm going to say this right now. And I don't normally do this, but the first person I thought of, because this is the Capricorn reading, right? Well, the Princess of Wales, Catherine Middleton, is a Capricorn. And her husband is most certainly going to be a king. And there's the lion, and he is most certainly a Cancerian. He is a water sign. So I think that's crazy that just came up in the reading. Yep. So what do you got to say about him? There's some sort of social events going on. And I got to tell you, you're in the middle. I said, what do you got to say about him? Lovers. The lovers are here. Whatever is happening this week, this level of craziness that's next level, it's almost like a whirlwind adventure for the two of you because it's going to bring you closer. It's like the attraction is going to intensify as much as you, and I think it's because they like seeing you a little bit chaotic. They like seeing you a little bit off kilter, even though you give them a sense of foundation wherever you go. The lovers is here, which is also Gemini energy, and it says communication is key. So there's definitely a sense of speaking or talking to somebody because you love them. Or if you don't have anybody in your life, I know, of all the freaking people, Capricorn, this is probably the most unusual week of your life. I love you guys so much. You are my heart because you're the only sign, honestly, the only sign that during my personal readings, you don't ask immediately, love, love, love. What's this person doing? What's this person doing? What's this person doing? How are my children going to be? All of those are very, very important concerns, but almost 100% of the time, you guys are, how's my career going? What's this job going to be like? I want to know if I'm going to make money from this. Can you tell me if I can trust this person at work? You are so focused on the job. Why am I telling you this? Because there's no fucking job in this reading. This is all love. This is all romance. This is all whisked away in one of those fucking Hallmark movies. That's what it is. I don't know what else to say. I do the romance specific reading in my extended. There's nothing else I can tell you. This is like somebody's love for you is getting stronger. Their resolve for you or your resolve for them has never been so certain. And the level of connection between you two right now is crazy. Or hello, if you do not have a partner, bitch, you're going to have one by the end of this week. Yes, you are, because you go into some parties and your friends are going to introduce you and it's all going to be kind of kooky and bada bing, bada boom. What else just fell out? The 9 of Cups. This might be the best reading I've ever done for you. I swear to God, Capricorn, of all the signs, I would not have predicted that this was going to be the best week for you. But it is. I think it's because you're like, oh my God, for the first time in so long, I don't have a shit ton of responsibilities. I can kind of be free. I can be myself. You could be silly. You could be happy. You could be just bubbly even. I'm just... And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which means, guess what? You're going to make some money, honey. Or there's a huge opportunity. This opportunity is just handed to you. This is divine intervention. It's not just handed to you. It's actually because you've earned it. You've earned so much. You've earned this. You've earned these accolades. You've earned this opportunity. You've earned this level up. You've earned this step up. And I think it's ironic that one of the first things I found when I went looking was bam, the rose quartz. I told you, and I didn't even know at that point. This whole reading is the message. This whole reading is the message. I want to understand. So why is money in reverse? Why is this card in reverse? You know why? Because it's not about money. Or somebody's talking to you and making something very clear about finances, or there are going to be decisions that are made. So this is clear and articulate decisions. And this could be some sort of a counselor or some sort of a judge. It could be somebody outside of you that is helping you to, mediate or, mitigate all this craziness so that the decisions are clear. But you would trust this person. This could be a masculine. This could be an air sign. Usually over the age of 35, this is a king. This is somebody with his shit together. So somebody that you absolutely trust, or this could be an aspect of you. Like I said, both of these things is you are very clear. You know exactly what your purpose is. You are absolutely, completely, and totally prepared. But that's what it's about. You've made some decisions, and maybe you've made some decisions about where to spend money, who to give money to. This could be deciding, listen, if I was this fucking happy, I would be in a very charitable mood. So it could be also Come on, I'm not that loopy. We have bring love into the situation. You have new moon in Aquarius, guys. That is that philanthropic energy that I'm talking about, that sense of I just want to give. Everywhere I go, I want to make it about loving people and taking care of people and showing people how much I care for them. And that's why I say you could be planning the Christmas party, getting things together. You really love all of this energy around you. And even though it's going to be crazy and chaotic, I think you're going to be surrounded by so much love right now that Capricorn, your heart is going to like just grow by 3,000 times. Let's get into the extended, because I really want to see how this is impacting specific areas of your life. I'll see you. The links are below.